In the last years, an increasing number of studies have analyzed the economic history of Latin America. The studies on the region have focused on a variety of topics, such as, for example, the impact of institutions on inequality, the development of early credit markets, the evolution of living standards, among many issues. In Investigaciones, Historia Económica, economic history research, a large number of articles published in the last years have had an important contribution to the understanding of the economic history of Latin America. Given the increasing academic interest on the region, the editorial committee decided to dedicate a special issue to the economic history of Latin America. This issue, entitled Quantitative Analysis and New Trends on the Economic History of Latin America, includes 5 articles. In the first article, entitled Regional Economic Inequality in Latin America, 1895-2010, Marc Badilla Miró, Julio Martinez Galarraga, Esteban Nicolini, Daniel Tirado, and Henry Woodbold analyzed the regional economic inequalities in 9 Latin American countries between 1895 and 2010, relying on data on GDP and population for 182 regions in 9 countries. The 9 countries that they study are Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Mexico, Peru, Uruguay, and Venezuela. This article is the first study of regional economic inequality in the region over such a long period of time. The study estimates an index to determine the evolution of between and within inequality, estimates the variation coefficient of Williamson to determine within inequality, conducts a beta convergence analysis to determine the overall regional convergence in Latin America, and analyzes whether there was a curve of Williamson for Latin America. A second article refers to the case of chaplaincies in Mexico. The article is entitled Strategies of Investment of Merchants in Mexico, the Foundation of Chaplaincies at the End of the 18th Century. This article, Guillermina del Valle, analyzes the use of chaplaincies by merchants of Mexico City between 1769 and 1799. The author collected primary information about the foundation of chaplaincies in Mexico and the laws they granted. The information Guillermina collected was very important for learning about the strategies of investments of the merchants of Mexico. The study shows that chaplaincies allow important merchants to promote the ecclesiastical careers of relatives, which was important for the prestige and reputation of the family. Chaplaincies also allowed merchants to access credit and improve their position in the commercial sector. In general, the study shows that chaplaincies were employed by merchants as a strategy of social reproduction and funding of their business networks. A third article refers to living costs and living standards in Argentina in 14 provinces in Argentina in 1875. In this article, Julio Gendere Dijan analyzes the living standards in Argentina. The study is based on a report of the Comisario General de Inmigración, which includes information on prices and wages for 17 cities in Argentina in 1875. The source allows the author to analyze the living costs and living standards in Argentina in several cities. The study makes an important contribution to the understanding of living standards in Latin America. The study shows that low-skilled workers in Argentina could cover the nutrition needs of their families. Living standards were relatively high in comparison to some European cities in Europe. There were, however, significant differences in living standards within Argentina. A fourth article refers to education inequalities in Argentina between 1883 and 1814. In this article, Joaquin Ledoux and Paulo Schiaffino analyze inequalities in educational levels in Argentina in the late 19th century and early 20th century. using information from censuses for 1883, 1884, 1895, and 1914. The study shows that during this period, inequality in human capital was important. In particular, there were important differences in literacy rates between the city and the countryside. According to the study, immigration to some extent explains the differences in human capital within Argentina. European immigrants had on average higher literacy rates than the native population. So the cities and provinces with greater presence of European immigrants had on average better educational levels. A final issue refers to the determinants of profit rates in Chile between 1938 and 1968. Andres Aguirre-Briones analyzes the determinants of profitability of important business groups in Chile in this period. First during the period of import substitution and then during the government of Augusto Pinochet. The article relies on primary and secondary sources. The study shows that on average, the profitability of business groups declined between 1938 and 1970 and then increased rapidly between 1978 and 1988. The study shows that during the difficult years of import substitution, profit rates were low. But on the contrary, in the 1980s, as a result of fiscal and monetary stability and the opening of the Chilean economy to international markets, profit rates of business groups expanded rapidly. In summary, these 5 articles published in this special issue make an important contribution to the economic history of the region, focusing on many issues, on many topics. They will improve our understanding of the economic history of Latin America.